YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. What's going on? Sliced apples. What's going on? Look what I got. I got a load of apples, sliced apples, canned goods. It's a brand I never seen before. Some weird spooky brand I never seen before. Got a truckload, 44,000 pounds worth. Is it worth getting your own authority? It's always worth getting your own authority. The ROI is way better with your own authority any day of the week. I know I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people saying, no, don't get your authority. But a lot of people who say don't get your own authority are people who don't know how to use a calculator. So when I say the return on investment, ROI, a lot of guys don't know how to calculate ROI. So they're gonna disagree with me. They never bought stocks before. They never bought real estate before. They don't know about the return on investment when you investing in a business. They don't understand the concept. And so they don't understand when you look at return on investment, it takes time. There's an opportunity. It's this thing called opportunity cost. Okay, when you talk about ROI, there's this thing called opportunity cost. The opportunity of money, the power, the lost power, or the lost opportunity of investing your money. And so if you go buy a trailer for $20,000, okay, a $20,000 trailer may only depreciate maybe $2,000 or $3,000, right? And in that amount of time, you can make so much money with that $20,000 trailer. It's just so crazy. But see, a lot of guys get emotional about it. They get really emotional. Okay, they don't use a calculator. They don't know how to calculate return on investment. And so they don't know it takes 5 to 10 years for you to see a return on your investment. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. That's why I said that. A lot of guys gonna take that personal. No, don't get your authority. You've been fooled not to get your authority. You're gonna make way more money with your own authority. Get your own trucking trailer. This ain't what this video is about, but okay. You make way more money. you make way more money with your own authority. Hold on, is this guy coming over here? Oh, I thought this guy was coming over here. There's a forklift driver right there. There's a forklift driver. But and see, the problem is with guys, they want to see instant returns. That's the problem. People don't. We're in a generation of people that want to see. They want to see They want instant gratification. Okay? You got a group of guys. I'm free-handed this time. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm getting over a little cold here. You got a group of guys that's trying. You got a group of guys out here that's trying to see instant returns. They think they're gonna buy a truck and trailer, right? And in their first week, they're gonna see instant returns in the first week. I appreciate you telling me that. And so you just got a group of guys that's trying to see instant returns. They think they're gonna go and buy a truck, and then their first week they're gonna make $10,000 in a week. You don't have no customers. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have no brokers. You don't have no relationships. You don't know what the hell you doing, but you want high ROI in your first year. It don't work like that. You think when you it's like when you go out there and start investing, when you start buying stocks, you start buying mutual funds, you start flipping cars, you start gambling or whatever the case may be, because business ain't nothing but a glorified gamble. Okay, and so guys, they want to act like you like in your first year. You got people who master poker players have been playing poker for 20 years. You know what I mean? I turned the AC off. You got guys that's master poker players. Well, how do you become a master poker player? You have to put the time in, man. In order to get that high return on investment, you got to put the time in. So when I tell guys to get their authority, I tell guys to get their authority because that's a 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan. It ain't no 2-month plan. If I don't make enough money in 2 weeks, well, it ain't worth it. You haven't even did it long enough to see if it ain't worth it. You got to do your market research. Call up brokers. Call up some truck dealerships. Call up some trailer dealerships. Call up some shops, and get an understanding on how much it costs to run a truck. Call up some brokers and ask them and check, do some market research and see how much loads are paying, and generally get an understanding on how much revenue you can probably make with a truck and trailer. But since some of y'all most of y'all really don't do that stuff, you don't do market research, and so you turn your nose down at something, you ain't even give it a chance. You ain't even give it a chance. Like, you got guys that go get their authority, they don't make it through their first year, and so they just give it up and just be like, oh, well, I had my authority, it didn't work out. Well, try it again. You owe it to yourself to make that thing work. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. That's why I tell guys to get their authority. This is a 10, 15, 20, 30-year plan. Because if you're going to drive a truck in your whole truck driving career, if you're gonna drive a truck, you're gonna drive a truck either way. Either you're gonna be a company driver or you're gonna have your own authority. You gotta figure out what you want to do. You're gonna drive a truck anyway. You're gonna drive it anyway. So what are you waiting on? You saving yourself for that damn company driver job? Them company driver jobs gonna be here. They're gonna be here. FedEx, UPS, JB Hunt, Avery, Snyder, they gonna be here, man. You owe it to yourself to get out here and try to get your authority, man. Stop with this short-term thinking y'all got, man. Calculate your return on investment and see if the damn thing works. See how long it takes for you to get your money back and make a profit. That's what I'm talking about. So should you get your authority? Yes. In a down economy, you're going to make it. Okay? Have a little cash in the bank. Have a little cash in the bank. Have very low expenses. You will make it. You will make it. And now, if you just some raging fool that don't know how to control your spending, I don't know what else to tell somebody like that. But if you're a hardworking person, got a strong work ethic, you can get out here and make it, man. You can make it. Travana said, my truck in the shop. Oh, Travana. I'll call you later on. I'll talk to you about it. Eric Mendez says, should I put my virtual address on my authority? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Do not put none of your personal information on your company paperwork. So don't have your home phone on there. Don't have your house address. Don't put none of that junk on there. Go get you a virtual address somewhere and put that up there. This ain't about business credit. You just don't want your public information out to the public like that. You know, you don't want all that stuff out there like that. You don't want all that out there. So you want you and your business separate. You want to draw the line in the sand and say, that's my business, this is my personal. Even though you are your business, you want to draw that line in the sand and just say, okay, personal, business. And so having those different addresses, you don't want all this junk email. You don't want all this junk mail, business junk mail, loan factoring company, all this factoring company, trucking mail garbage coming to your house. You don't want that, man. You driving down the road and you cut somebody off, your DOT number is public record. You don't want nobody to just look you up and find where you live at because they mad because you cut them off. You don't want that, man. And if you're really trying to grow a fleet, you really don't want your house address on there. You want a company commercial address. Try to find a decent virtual address. I mean, I don't recommend P.O. boxes, but P.O. boxes is a very economical way to do it. You can use a P.O. box, but no, do not always use some other type of address other than your personal. Don't use your house address, your apartment number. Don't use none of that stuff. What's good money with your own authority pulling weekly with dry van? Well, I can only tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing about $3,000 a week after expenses. I'm hovering around that. I'm hovering around 2,500 to 3,500 a week after expenses. That's what I'm taking home. That's what I'm hovering around. So not every week is the same, but I'm booking loads off of broker boards. I don't have no dedicated customers. So that's what I'm doing. Could I do better? Yeah. But I only work about 5 days a week anyway. So that's what I do. Friday, I go home, man. I run some Saturdays or something like that, but I run Monday through Friday, and that's what I'm doing. Anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 take home. That's what I'm doing. So I know some guys be like, man, you ain't make no money. Oh, okay, yeah. You know, Eric Mendez said, was worried about the audit. You inspired me to leave Snyder 12 years under the belt. Yeah, I mean, you're past the audit, man. It's you know, uh, you just do a Google search. It's all kind of things, all kind of systems out there you can put in place to pass your audit. And, you know, the Georgia DOT, I mean, my audit was just a cakewalk. He just wanted to know some basic information. He looked at my logs. He looked at my insurance. He asked me a couple questions. It took about a week to do my audit because it was a series of phone calls. It was about 3 or 4 phone calls I did with the officer, and we got it done. So it's not the audit that I did. It wasn't one phone call. It was a series of 3 or 4 different phone calls. The first phone call is just initial phone call, just saying, hey, introducing the officer to you and saying, hey, I've been, you know, he's just saying, hey, I've been assigned to do an audit on your authority, and da-da-da-da-da. Here's my phone number. You got any questions? You know, these are the things I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for this, that, and the third. You go on this website. You got any questions? Boom, 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 boom. And they got a website, and you just go through the website and you upload your documents on the website. You upload 30 days of logs. You upload your driver list, your drug consortium, your insurance. You upload a whole bunch of information. You answer a few questions and you hit submit. And then after that, you're going to have maybe, this is just what happened with me. You probably have maybe 2 or 3 phone calls after that. And then the last phone call, it'll probably be that phone call. He's going to tell you whether you passed or what problems that you had, or if you got questions or whatever the case may be. And then you be done. That's it. It's not as bad as guys make it to be. Like these big mega carriers out here be making the audit process overly, these companies out here just make it over the top. Just, oh my God, the audit, you gonna get audited. Oh, you gonna get audited. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse me, y'all. It's just like once you start doing the real stuff out here, ain't no big deal. As long as you do, you following the DOT regulations, you being safe, you going down the road, doing what you're supposed to do. Most guys out here are professional guys. If you in this business and you serious about this business, you got a commercial driver license in your pocket, I would say most guys out here are professional guys out here. You might have 1 or 2 knuckleheads here that's acting a fool, running a truck illegal, but I say 95% of the guys out here are professionals. They do what they're supposed to do. They follow the rules, and they run their truck and they do what they're supposed to do. But every blue moon is always a fool out here. So I think if you in that 95% of professional truck drivers, you're gonna be all right. Don't make a big deal about it. I'm Lee Stone 7030, pulling off rail in Buffalo, home every night, doing about 26 to 2,000 a week after tolls and fuel. I mean, if you enjoy that, hey, and see that goes on to show that what I was talking about a while ago, like that's why I tell guys to get down authority, because I've done the Lee Stone game. I've done that, you know. I've done the Lee Stone game. It ain't nothing. There's nothing a Lee Stone guy can tell me to make me envy another Lee Stone guy. I don't care about that. It's like Lee Stone guys love to boast about what they're making, right? They love to boast about, man, I'm home every night. I make $5,000 a week. I don't care, because I know after 10 years, I know I'm gonna be 20 steps ahead of you in 10 years. In 10 years, 20 years, you're gonna be in the same spot, being Lee Stone, making $2,500 to $2,600. Like somebody that's leased on, their whole life is dictated based on the company that they're leased on to. When you got your own authority, You call the shots. You run the loads that you want to run from the customers you want to pull for. I can pull. Who you pulling for? Oh, he ain't say. Like I pull for XPO. I pull for Hub Group. I pull for JB Hunt. I pull freight for anybody out here. I got a TWIC card. I pull loads out the port. I pull loads with my own authority. I do it. I pull all kinds of freight. And so like if I wanted to be home, I can be home if I wanted to, but I know that that's not where I'm at right now. I'm trying to do bigger things. I'm trying to grow a trucking business. And so I be trying to tell guys, I try to let guys know, where do you want to be in 10 years? You still want to be in that truck, driving a truck in 10 years, or you want to be running a fleet and being a boss and being a trucking business owner, or you want to still be the little guy getting $2,800 a week or $3,000 a week? And so it's like I'm it's like guys be acting like the money that they're making is like you got guys out here that's a trip, and it's a shame, because it's like I know what different sectors of trucking pay. I know what different sectors of trucking pay. I know rail drivers, the average rail driver is making about, because most rail drivers, they got paid for trucks, and they're not gonna tell you that. They got paid for trucks. And so the average guy out here with a paid for truck, yeah, he's taking home $3,000 a week, but he ain't tell you that his truck is paid for. And see, that's all that the garbage that guys like to tell you, But you got your own authority. I can make $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a week all day long and take home $3,000 or $4,000 with a truck payment. But see, guys guys who get home every day, right? They got to cut back so far to even see $2,000. But see, they're going to tell you, it's like, well, I'm home every day. I make $2,500. But they ain't tell you that they got this old raggedy ass truck that costs them an arm and a leg in maintenance, that costs them an arm and a leg in fuel, that costs them all these other variables that they don't account for. And after you account for all them other variables, they may even be taking home maybe $1,000. They might net after all that other stuff, because guys ain't keeping the spreadsheet on their truck. Guys ain't keeping the spreadsheet on their truck, because if they was keeping the spreadsheet on their truck, they wouldn't be saying the junk that they saying. I mean, the average guy here don't keep a spreadsheet on their truck. They just run up and down the road, get paid for the load, and just keep running, and just keep running, and just keep running. They have no idea if they're making a profit. I can almost guarantee you, it's like a lot of guys out here that's running in the negative and don't even know they're in the negative. Yeah, they're making the money, but they're in the negative. They're making $5,000 a week. Okay, yeah, they're making a truck payment. They're not broke. But if they keep a spreadsheet on their truck, they would know that they're in a negative. They're running a negative profit in their business. Because they didn't tell you about that $15,000 breakdown. So if you have a $15,000, $20,000 breakdown in a year, every year in the trucking business, that's your profit every year. And so, like, if you don't keep a spreadsheet, you would never know that. You would never know that. And so, I'm not saying all guys have a negative profit. I'm just saying that's the reasons why you need to keep a spreadsheet on your truck, because a lot of guys don't know. They keep a bunch of, most guys, this is how most guys keep a spreadsheet on their truck. They got a bunch of papers stuffed in the drawer. So when it's time to do taxes, they got to go back through. I say that because I used to do that. I used to do that when I was a sniper. I used to do that. So at the end of like a quarter or at the end of 6 months, I would have a whole bunch of receipts and a whole bunch of settlements. I have a bunch of shop receipts. I have a bunch of fuel receipts. They'll be everywhere. It's time to do taxes and come to tax lady. You just hand the lady a whole stack of papers. The tax lady look at you crazy. What's this? Oh, well, this is my taxes from last year. She charged you $1,500 to do them taxes. She got to go all through this stuff, count everything up. That's how the average guy, this is how the average guy keep a spreadsheet on their truck. Just a stack of papers. Instead of keeping it organized every 2 to 3 months, going back and reconsolidating their books and keeping stuff on a spreadsheet and making sure everything is calculated and accounted for, the maintenance is accounted for, and putting everything in its place. Okay? You know, trailer, per diem, depreciation, all this stuff, putting everything in its place. So at the end of the year, you know what your true, real profit is. But I know y'all ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. It's too much work. Because I know it's a lot of work. But if you really gonna take this business seriously and grow a business the way that's supposed to be done, you got to do that. If you're not doing that, you're joking around. You playing around. Can I get your factoring company? It's Triumph Business Capital, man. Call them up. Tell them I sent you. 404 Trucker, JH Services. Tell them I sent you. You know. Eric Mendez said, let me clarify. I was worried that they would show up. No, they're not going to do that. It depends on your state, but in Georgia, they're not going to do that. If they got a reason to show up at your place of business, they will, but they'll contact you and you just arrange it. Because if you just got one truck, they know you using a P.O. box, man. They know that. They just not going to show up. They don't do that. If you running your business out of your house, they'll come to your house, man. You just like the DOT is not like the FBI. They don't just show up. They'll call you. They'll send you a letter. They'll send you an official letter in the mail saying, "Hey, Mr. Business Owner, blah blah blah. We're conducting an audit. Our appointment time. They're gonna set up appointment. It's very professional. They don't do business like that. Most government agencies, they're gonna set up an appointment. They're gonna assign a caseworker to your situation, and you're gonna be dealing with a caseworker, and you call somebody on the phone. They don't just show up like that. They don't do that because they know you out on the road, and you gotta arrange time to be home to handle that. That what you're saying. You're overthinking the situation. Don't do that to yourself. You know how government agencies do. Any department, county, state, local, federal, it always done on appointment basis. You know that. So don't scare yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Do you think it's a bad idea to go to the dealer that makes your truck to buy one? Yeah, man, go to the dealer and get a truck, man. And that's why I need you to call me, because I'm tired of giving up 30%. Yeah, email me at 404trucker@gmail.com. Here come with LLC with his foolishness. You make money local or road building the trucking company. Don't affect either. All right, with LLC. All right. It's paid for, but I need your help to point me in the right direction. Here come with LLC. I drive a 2011, bruh. You barely confused with local pay. No, I ain't confused with local pay. I done local. I know guys who do local. I've been in this business almost 12 years. I'm not confused at all. I'm not a rookie to this business. I've been in this business a long time. I know at least 20 guys in this business and all facets of this business. I know guys who do tanker. I know guys who do car hauling. I know guys who do flatbed. I know guys who got their own authority. I know company drivers. I know lease-owned guys. I'm not confused at all. And like, I used to pull containers, the rails, the ports. I know a couple FedEx guys. I know a guy who work at XPO. I mean, I know a guy who work at Estes. And matter of fact, I need to call him because I ain't talked to him in a while. My boy at Estes, because he was with me at JB Hunt and he left JB Hunt. He went on to Estes because he said Estes was paying $22, $23 an hour. And I was kind of jealous at the time. But the thing is, at the last time I talked to him, he was like, man, I should have stayed at JB Hunt because I'm making less money. They cut back all our hours. They cut back all our hours. So I'm kind of interested on what happened. Did he leave? Is he still there? So with LLC said the only thing came out a local truck is insurance and fuel. What about maintenance? What about maintenance? Retirement. Y'all act like y'all gonna be running these trucks till y'all 60, 70 years old. I swear, y'all act like y'all y'all so in love with these trucks, y'all don't have no game plan to set yourself up to get yourself out of these trucks. You need to be building your trucking business, or you need to be buying real estate. You need to be buying mutual funds, stocks. You need to be doing something to get up out these trucks because you won't be able to drive. The average truck driver age in this business is the average retirement age in this business is 55. I think it's 54, 56 years old. And so if that's the average, you need to be planning right now. And that's what my thinking is. It ain't about who making more money, because making more money don't have nothing to do with it. If making more money don't have nothing to do with it if you ain't investing it properly, if you're not using it properly. It's this thing called opportunity cost. Lost opportunity costs you way more. Y'all out here wasting time and money out here. You need to be buying real estate, mutual funds. You need to be investing in the business. That's all. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say to y'all. And so if you don't have a truck payment and you making $3,000 and $4,000 a week, you need to be investing that truck payment. So if you don't have a truck payment, you're trying to tell me if you're making $2,500 a week and you don't have a truck payment, so you think you ain't gonna have a breakdown? You need to be putting back $500, $600 a week back in your maintenance, or you need to be investing that money. You need to be putting $500 a week into some mutual funds. And so when your truck do break down, you just cash out the mutual fund and pay for the break. That's how you use money. It's a thing called opportunity cost. Okay, it's lost opportunity. Like, I hope y'all not spending all your doggone money, because really, I mean, me personally, I only need about $500 a week to live. That's all I need. So if I make $3,000 a week, all that junk just go back into the business, man. I just save it up, because save it up. I just save it up, man, and so I can buy another rental property cash. I can invest the money into other things. I can invest in mutual funds. I can invest in other opportunities. Like, it's like I can weather a breakdown. I can, if I hurt my back or something, or if I'm out of work for 2-3 months. It's like all this stuff you need to account for. Like all y'all guys on here boasting about how much money y'all make, it don't mean nothing if you're not using it properly. I'm not jealous of you. I'm not jealous of you at all, because it's a lot of guys out here that's making way less money than you, that's doing way more things. I mean, there's guys out there making $500 a week investing their money. They still find ways to invest their money. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? I'm looking good after cruising. Yeah, man, I gotta go shave, man. I have to go shave. It's, you be in this truck, man, and you just be running, and, Eric Martinez said, you've been in that been in my truck exactly what I do it with taxes. Yeah, that's the average guy. I mean, you know, I know truck drivers. I'm a truck driver myself. This is the average. This is your average file cabinet for the average truck driver right here. This is the file cabinet for the average truck driver. Fuel receipts, a stack of fuel receipts, a bunch of shop receipts, Freightliner, Speedco, and a whole bunch of receipts and a whole bunch of junk. And they just go to the tax man. Okay, that's it. Man, sum this stuff up on a spreadsheet and take your business serious. Stop playing. What do I know about Ryder used truck? I don't know too much. I mean, I know Jeff. He talk about them having a lease, a full maintenance lease program. But I mean, you know, I would take a look at them because they do have equipment. You can buy equipment from them. Eddie says, Jonathan, I got a question. I set up my insurance under the category general. That's pretty much it. Because when you go and get insurance, that's what they're going to look at. And so, I mean, when you go and get insurance, the insurance company is going to want you to be a little bit more specific. But as far as that authority application, just leave it on general freight. Because when you call up insurance company, they're going to want you to actually tell them exactly what you're going to be pulling. And so generally the stuff out, I mean, if you've been a truck driver out here for so long, you know what kind of freight out here you could be pulling with a drive-in. And so you're looking at canned goods, appliances, paper products, water, beverages, soda products. I don't have my insurance policy right here in front of me, but I mean, you can just go down the list on the basic things that go in the drive-in. And so it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. With LLC says I spent $300 a week in insurance and fuel, gross about $2,300 to $2,500. Would it pay for a truck? Yeah. You ain't making no money, man. If that's what you making, you ain't making no money. I just hate to say it. You know, I don't want to. I mean, you make the money. Whatever you want to make. You're a grown man. You run your truck how you want to run it. But me personally, I need to make $4,000 or $5,000 a week, so I can take home $3,000 a week. That's the number that I'm comfortable with. Because after expenses, after fuel, truck payment, insurance, trailer payment, all that stuff, in a week, if I gross $4,500, I'm taking home $3,000. Okay, and so if I take home $3,000, at the rate that I like to stack up cash, that $3,000 is a good number for me. I like it more, but $3,000 is a number that I can hit week after week after week. And so at the rate that I like to save, and I'm trying to save up to buy another rental property, and I'm trying to do things, I'm trying to build a fleet. And so at the rate I like to stack up cash, $4,000 to $5,000 a week is good for me. And so that's the work balance that I'm willing to deal with. And so that's what I'm comfortable with. Taking home $3,000. So if I take home $3,000, I get myself a salary of $700-800 a week. That's gonna leave me with about $2,000, $2,200 left over. And so $2,000 that goes back into the business. That goes back to saving and other things. And so I just keep stacking it up. And so making $2,000 a week, that to me that just ain't enough, because essentially the rate, the savings rate ain't good enough to me. And so you can have a breakdown and that'll knock you way back. Then you got to start all over again. And so you need to be able to save at a pace to keep up with this business. And so, I mean, you can dig yourself out of a hole real quick with $3,000 a week. You know, say you had a breakdown that was 5,000. Okay. You know, you can run hard, get up out the hole real quick, and catch back up to your savings rate that you was doing. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. I mean, guys run their truck however they want to, but, you know, I'm not in this business to figure out how to work less. That's what I'm saying. I'm not in this business on trying to figure out how to be lazy. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to work hard as I can, make as much money as I can, to stack up so I can retire with some dignity. You know, I want to retire with a nice, substantial retirement portfolio. That's what I wanted to retire strong. I want to go out strong. That's what I'm going out for. And so when guys talking about they going home every day, that don't bother me, man. I did local, man. I done that. I mean, my hat goes off to you, because that going home every day, local junk, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work to jump in and out that truck, back and forth, in and out the truck, back and forth, running 12, 13, 14 hours a day. That's a lot, man. That is a lot. You know, now if you was working 6, 7 hours a day, you can go home, because about time you get to the yard, get your stuff, swap your stuff from your truck to the car, and go to the house, you're probably looking at 9 hours, you know. But if you running 12, 13, 14 hours, it ain't even no point going home. You might as well park where you at and go to bed. So that's where my mind be at. With LLC, maintenance don't come out. You have to take it out yourself. I know how to run a truck, man. That's why I say it's like y'all like to put y'all numbers up here. Like when I tell y'all my numbers, I account for all the variables. And that's why I tell y'all you need to be making $5,000 a week. $5,000 a week is a good number to where you can pay your truck payment, insurance, and your insurance and stuff like that. And then you can have $3,000 a week left over. Now with $3,000 a week, you can pay yourself a salary, and you can put some money back for retirement. You can put some money back for maintenance. There's enough money to go around, okay? And so, you know, when you're making $2,000 a week, that ain't no money, man. That ain't no money. That ain't no money, man. That's because once you done paid yourself $800-900 salary and adjusted for taxes and maintenance and all the headaches that comes with owning the truck, you ain't made no money. What's the point? You ain't made no money. So I mean, you know, if like with maintenance, you just got to run your truck and get a feel for what your truck eat, how much money your truck eat. And so if you do 100,000 miles a year, you can just adjust 10 cents a mile for maintenance. 10 cents a mile is basically $10,000 a year. Now, you're not always going to pay $10,000 a year in maintenance. Some years going to be 5, some years going to be 3, some years going to be 8, some years going to be 10. But the thing is, you want to have the money there. Every year, you want to put back 10% back for maintenance. You just want to put it back. Don't even, because you know it's going to come. You just got to put it back. And so every year, you putting back $10,000 a year for maintenance. Say you do it 4 years and don't have a major breakdown. You got $40,000 in the bank. And then that 5th year, you have a big catastrophic breakdown, an engine blows, a rod goes through the block or something like that, a head blown. You go into the shop, they be like, man, we got to put a new motor in there. You got to get a new motor. Okay, that's $25,000 for a new motor. You're gonna be down for about 3 weeks while they put a new motor in there. So no problem. You got 40K in the bank. Put a new motor in there. You ain't got no warranty, so yeah, go and put a new motor in there. I'm good. How much it gonna cost? 27,000. Oh, I got that. Go ahead and put that new motor in there. And see, that's the place you want to be. But see, guys, when you're not putting 10% back, or you're not putting nothing back, 5, 6, find some numbers, 7, 8% back for maintenance. If you're not putting nothing back and you get that big breakdown, it's gonna sneak up on you, and it's gonna sneak up on you. I mean, hell, you don't even have to fix that truck. You just go out and buy another truck cash. You got 40K in the bank. The motor blow up. I don't want the truck. Y'all can have it. I'm gonna go over here and buy this other truck over here, $40,000 cash. You know, and so the stuff that I be talking about in my videos, I just be trying to help y'all. I be trying to steer y'all right. So I know a lot of guys be against me, but I don't know why. I mean, like guys be acting like I be talking crazy or something. You know, guys be acting like I be talking to all kind of craziness. I just be trying to steer guys right and running a truck, man. There's nothing wrong with having a spreadsheet on your truck, putting back 10% for maintenance. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But guys be acting like the stuff I be talking about is like so crazy. I was like, okay, well, you keep doing what you're doing, and I see where you're going to be at in 10, 15 years. And I guarantee you continue to do what you do, and I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm going to be 20 steps ahead of you because you haven't been following your truck. You haven't been following your numbers. You've never done your taxes. You don't know a damn thing what's going on with your truck financially. You don't know how to calculate depreciation. You don't know how much equipment worth. You don't know how much profit you making. You don't know nothing. And so, but then, you know, I get guys want to chew me out, but it's fine, man. I just be trying to help y'all. That's all I'm trying to do. Travona says, yeah, you need a plan A, B, C, D. Eddie says, hey, Jeff, talk to Mike from TNT. Their finance guy will give me a call today or tomorrow. I wouldn't wait for them to call me. I'll call them. I don't got time to be waiting on these people. Business is business. Time is money. I call them right now. I don't got time to be waiting on these people. When somebody tell me they gonna call me tomorrow or maybe, and that tells me they don't want my business. Somebody who wants your business, they call you right back. That's as simple as that, you know. So they don't want your business. They pussyfoot. They call you next week and all that. Eric says, turn off the Hot 97 and put some Kiyosaki. Y'all are tripping. Just explaining how things work, man, not to dispute anything. You always disputing me, man. Every time I say something, you dispute me. Big dog, where you at today? I'm down here I'm in Savannah, Georgia right now. I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Can you write off your down payment for a truck? That's a good question. That's a damn good question. You can write it off. It's just how you, now the IRS may not say, no, you can't write that off. But what you call it on your tax papers, you can write it off. So it depends on how you write it off. So say you got a down payment of $10,000. And so in the year that you bought the truck, say you bought the truck in August. So that's August, September, October, November, December. That's 5 months. So you put $10,000 on the truck and you bought the truck in August. That's 5 months. And so when you put the $10,000, you got to get a statement from the finance company to show the breakdown of the down payment. most of the time when you put down a down payment, it's just gonna be a discount of the price of the truck. So say the truck 50,000, you put $10,000 down. Now you got a loan of 40,000. But if you but the IRS probably won't let you do this. But however, when you put the 10,000 down, if you show that a certain percentage of that down payment went to interest, or show that some of that 10,000 was some type of bank fee or bank transaction or something like that, you can write it off. So no, but kind of yeah, kind of sort of. It's a gray area because like when you're doing depreciation, when you're doing that depreciation worksheet, they got a section in there. It's gonna ask you how much was your total cost of the truck. So when you depreciate the truck, you can depreciate all the money that it took for you to buy the truck. That means finance fee, the FT, the dealership fees, the total cost, the total invoice cost for the truck. So say the truck was 50,000, but you had to pay by plate, insurance, the dealer fees, all the taxes, and say once you left the dealership, it was like 57,000 out the door. Well, you get depreciate the whole 57,000. Okay, that's depreciation. But when we talking about the down payment, it's a gray area. It's like you can kind of sort of write it off, but not really. But there's a way to write it off without calling it a down payment. So if you write it off, you got to call it a fee of some kind. And so if you can call it a fee, then you can write it off. So if that $10,000 down payment was like a deposit, if you leasing the truck, or if it was a finance fee or some kind of possession, if you look at the Schedule C, you'll see what I'm talking about. So the answer to that, can you write off a down payment? You got to look at the Schedule C. And so if you take that 10,000, and so you can break the 10,000 up in a series of different fees. So if you do 10,000 divided by 4, you can say 2,500 was a finance fee. 2,500 of the down payment was, I'm trying to think of the fees that when you buy a truck. You can call it a dealership fee, a finance fee, a commission fee, all the fees that's incurred when having a truck and having a business. And so, but anyway, the answer to that is kind of yes and no. Because I've been doing my taxes for 10 years, so I know creative ways to write stuff off that you really can't write stuff off. But then if you call up the IRS and say, hey, can I write off a down payment? They're going to tell you no. But there are ways of getting around it because it's trucking. We got so many expenses. It's like that 10,000 could be diluted in all the expenses of running a truck. We got so many expenses, you can find a way to write that off. So it's possible. With LLC, say you take home an extra 1,000, you got your own company. I'm leased on. How you figure $1,000? I don't get that. But anyway, so with LLC, say I work 6 to 2, 3 p.m. sometimes, and I'm home by 12 p.m. Hey, man, whatever floats your boat. But basically, you're telling me you're a glorified company driver. That's basically what you're telling me. Whenever somebody starts quoting times and what time they get off, you're a glorified company driver. They ain't, so that's just the bottom line. But I mean, it's, I don't know, but I mean, we don't talk about it before. I probably drive about what are you saying, 20,000 a year or less, 20,000. Big Chris say, you definitely can write it off. It's a lease. Oh, if it's a lease, then yeah, you can definitely write it off because it's essentially it's a deposit. So you say the lease payment of the truck is 45,000. Well, you do the 45,000 plus the 10 because the 10,000 would be a deposit. So you would do a $45,000 lease payment, and then it'll be another line item on the Schedule C. It'll be called some other fee. It'll be some kind of fee, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. People complain they can't live off of 250 McDonald's check a week, but not being able to live off $1,000 trick, then something's wrong. That's $4,000 a month. That's what I'm saying, man. That, you know. But yeah, like I was saying with LLC, man, I didn't go buy a truck and trailer to figure out how to work less. That's not where I'm at, you know. Like, I understand that, okay, in order to get to where I need to be, I'm gonna have to just put in some work. Because if that was the case, I could have stayed where I was at. Because when I was local, man, I was making anywhere from like 900 to like 1,300 a week when I was local, company driver. You know, when I was a company driver, I was working Monday through Friday, making anywhere from 9 to 11, 12, 1,300 a week. You know, and so was it the best job in the world? Yeah, I don't want to say that, but it was a job and I did it. And so, but when I hear guys with their own truck and trailer, you know, making company driver money, I mean, like, what's the point in having a truck, man? Like, that's, you know, what's the point? You know? And so, but that's where we at, man. Is, you know, guys, I just gotta understand. The thing is, I just gotta understand the mindset of guys that's watching me. That's where we at. And see, here I am, got my own authority. I'm trying to grow a fleet, right? And there's just some guys, they trying to compare me having my authority to them being leased on today, you know? And it's just like, it, you know, that there's no comparison. Like, how can you sit up there and compare me and you? And it don't make no sense, man. Like, our train of thought is in a different space. Like, we ain't even thinking on the same level. You know, you talking about you did 20,000 miles in a year. Like, that's insane. Like, I don't, it's like, that don't even make no sense. You know, like, that don't even make no sense. And so, there's no way you can compare somebody with their own authority with 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks to somebody that's leased on. That like, how can you compare somebody like that? It don't even make no sense. And so if I lease on a guy and I charge him 15%, and he makes $5,000 a week, he makes $5,000 a week. $5,000 times 15%, I make $750 just because he's running under my authority. That's just paperwork. I ain't do nothing. It's paperwork. Now, if I got 5 guys running with me, that's $3,700 a month. No, a week. That's $3,750 a week. That's if I got 5 guys running with me, that's $3,700 a week. If I charge a guy 15% to run under my authority. And now, let's say if I charge a guy 10%. Let's just be reasonable, 10%. That's $500 a week times 5. I got 5 guys running with me. That's $2,500 a week. I ain't doing nothing. They booking their own loads. They using my fuel card, running under my authority. While you over there stressing, while you over there stressing, running up and down the road in the truck, I'm sitting at the house running a fleet, running 5 trucks, making $2,500 a week. I ain't doing nothing. All I can say is, I mean, there's no comparison, man. Like, how can you compare to that? And so, what the funny thing is, when you got authority and you got other trucks running under your authority, you take all the credit for those trucks running under your authority. And so, when, say you got 5 trucks that's running under your authority, making $5K a week times 5, that's $25,000 a week times 4, that's $100,000 a month. That means my authority is getting credit for $100,000 of revenue a month times 12. Let's do 12. That's $1.2 million a year. You can't do that. You can't do that, Lee Stone, man. You can't do that. There's no comparison. That's guys running around boasting, talking about they Lee Stone, and you blind. Like guys, a lot of guys, they're blind. They can't even see past what's in front of them. They can't even see this far. They can't even see a foot in past in front of them. All they know, man, I'm making $2,500 a week. I'm home every night. Dumbass shit. My God. I mean, I'm not trying to boast. I'm just trying to get y'all to see past the front of your nose. You got to see past the front of your nose, man. In you know, in 10, 15 years, where do you want to be? Do you want to be holding onto this steering wheel, or you want to be somebody's in an office running a fleet, or you got mutual funds, you got real estate, you paid your dues, you ran your truck, you saved up, paid cash for real estate, you invested stocks and mutual funds, and now you can retire at 60 with some dignity. You can just walk away from the trucking business because you got cash in the bank, you got investments paying you income, you got assets paying you income. You're comfortable. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to help y'all with. I'm not trying to go back and forth with y'all about stupid weekly payments y'all making. I mean, I want y'all to make money. Don't misunderstand. I want y'all to make money, but I want y'all to do right by it. I want y'all to do right by the money. All right? That's all I want you to do. Rico Jones, Fofo, what's the week looking like? I mean, the rates are up a little bit. The rates are up a little bit. The rates are up a little bit. I'll say the rates are up maybe $100, $150. After looking at the lows on the load board and looking at all the, you know, because I run the same areas all the time. And so after, you know, looking at this week, I'm probably seeing the rates are up maybe $100, $150. Something like that. So it's not too bad. I say anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on which specific load that you're booking, you know. Something like that. Something like that. All right. With LLC, that's all you want to look for in life. Because your old raggedy toe up truck, that's all you want to hope for in life. Okay, but the thing is, don't don't mistake me, you know, being petty and talking trash. Because I don't mean to talk trash. Because having your own truck is a lot to be proud of, no doubt. So don't mistake me being petty. You gotta excuse me, but it's just the fact that a lot of guys, they just have a short, their thinking is very small. And so when I talk about making big moves, they want to marginalize everything down to like, oh, I'm making $2,000 a week. Like, man, I'm past that, man. I'm trying to get 20, 30,000 a week. I'm past that. And see, I'm in the humble beginnings of growing a fleet. And so I'm trying to figure out just some administrative issues. When I figure out these administrative issues is on, I'm shopping around for another insurance company, and I'm shopping some administrative tools, some back office tools. I'm trying to find some back office programs. And once I shop these programs and some insurance, it is on. It is on. You're going to see me going from one truck to 20. It's on. Once I figure this thing out. Eric Mendez says, it seems like you're trying to make money while you sleep. That's the whole goal, man. Like, y'all love slaving for y'all money. Who want to slave for your money? There are better ways to make money. If you use your brain and use your mind and the skills that God has afforded you, you can come out here and make money in your sleep, you know, and that's what you want to do. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You want to jump in the truck every day, run up and down the road, be away from the house for a couple dollars, all the way until you 80 years old. All you got to show for it is a old raggedy behind truck. It's more things than an old raggedy behind truck. Dave will send you a fuel card. I don't even know what that means. Exclamation thought says they get all the credit. That's what I'm trying to tell them. 757 truck. I mean, I run on someone else at home every other day and net 4,000 a week. I'm only 24. Yeah, man, that's good. You 24 years old? That's damn good. Hope you invest in that money, because, you know, making 4K a week, it ain't guaranteed, man. I hope you invest in the money. Yeah, it don't matter if it's dedicated freight or not, man. Long as you in a place to make the money, you make the money and invest it. The time value on money is very limited. And so if you know how to work money, I mean, at 24 years old, you could be a rich man in 10 years if you know how to work the money. I mean, $4,000 a week, if you hustle hard enough, let's see, $4,000 a week, 4 times 4, that's $16,000 a month. If you're 24 years old and you got very low expenses, $16,000 a month, you can buy a rental property, you can buy stocks, you can buy investments like every month. I mean, every 6 months. Let me see, because this is a thing that a lot of people don't do. They don't use a calculator. 16,000 times 6, that's 96,000 in 6 months. That's serious money. When you start to get to above $100,000 in cash money, that's real cash that you can go out and move some stuff with. You can go out here and invest that and make some real return on your money. Okay, 100,000, you can flip that and make it 20. You can make 20,000 off that 100 quick for doing just moving papers around. If you learn how to move papers and learn what things to get into to invest 100,000, you would never get a job. You would never ever go get a W-2 job in your life, because when you start to get $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 cash, you can flip that money and make your yearly income salary just like that. And so that's what the big boys do. That's what the big boys do. A lot of these guys out here, the big boys, they don't work, man. Like they just play with money, flip money. These guys are making $50,000 to $100,000 a year just flipping money, just playing with money, putting money out there into an investment, getting a return, pulling it back out, throwing that money back into something else, getting their return, pull it back out, throwing that money into a return. You might lose some, you might win some, but that's part of the game. So you pull your money out, you make 20,000 here. You make 15,000 here. You pull it out, you make 50,000 here. Then you pull it back out, and then you throw it back into something else. You make 20,000, 30,000 here. And before you know, at the end of the year, you done made $150,000 just flipping money, playing around with money and investments, dabbing, flipping cars, flipping trucks, flipping real estate, flipping notes, all kind of crazy stuff you can flip money with. That's what I be talking about. Like all you guys on here talking about you making $2,000 and $3,000 a week. You need to be investing your money. Okay, all this boasting y'all doing, but the thing is, I know most of y'all got a lot of damn expenses, got a charge in the yard, got 2-3 charges in the yard, and like all these guys talking about they going home every day, they bored. I've been there. You're bored. You get home every day, you spending your money. You got a girl at the house, man. You got kids. You spending that money. You are spending that money. And so you got a charge in the yard. You got a big old behind house. You got $1,500 a month rent. You got all these expenses that's eating up all your money. That's why you can't get nowhere. That's the truth. That's the truth. But yeah, so what are you saying? With LLC, I done seen grown men cry behind leasing trucks. Some people lose it all behind this trucking. I mean, everybody got to start somewhere, I think it don't have nothing to do with leasing a truck. I think people don't know how to have common sense, discernment, because you got people out here that don't have no business getting in the business. People getting out here doing stuff, they think these people got their best interests. Okay, you gotta read, man. You gotta read. Like if you're going to lease a truck, you read the goddamn contract. You read it. You read it. Common sense goes a long way, but the thing is, guys get in a hurry and they get out here and they get into these lease things, and a lot of it don't be the lease, it be them. You got people that's just not willing to put in the hard work and what it takes to maintain that lease or maintain that truck or whatever the case may be, because you can go get a truck from a dealership and be in the same position because it ain't the damn truck, it's that guy behind the steering wheel. Work ethic goes a long way. I'm a testament to that. I'm sitting here right now due to work ethic. I'm not a smart dude. I'm not the smartest dude in the bunch, but I tell you, I can outwork a lot of guys out here. I can outwork a lot of guys out here. Most guys don't do what I do. Most guys don't come in early and leave late. most guys come in early, leave early, right? And so that's why you got guys that go home talking about they go home every day, being home every day. That's important to them. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be home, man. Like, it ain't nothing at home for me. Cause I know when I go home, it's gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get bored, I'm gonna be twiddling my thumbs, I'm gonna be wasting time, I'm gonna be watching TV, I'm gonna be watching People's Court, I'm gonna be going to the mall, I'm gonna be going to the movies, I'm gonna be going out to eat, I'm gonna be wasting all this time. The most productive time I have is in this goddamn truck. This is what keeps me grounded. This truck keeps me out of trouble. And so this truck is therapy for me. So that's what I be trying to tell y'all. That's why I tell y'all to go get your truck. This truck is therapy for me. This truck keeps me out of trouble. Because I know when I go home, I'm spending money, I'm wasting time, I'm doing all this crazy, stupid stuff. That's just the bottom line. And so that's what I'm trying to give y'all, you know. Yeah, it's great to go home, but I know for me, like I'm just now getting back to the point where I done cleared up a whole bunch of debt. I done paid a whole bunch of debt off. I got a little bit of cash in the bank, and I'm getting to a point where I'm flipping my situation, because when I was local, man, whoo, I did some stupid stuff, boy. I did some stupid stuff. Whew. Boy, you working Monday through Friday, and on the weekend, you got all this free time. You going to the mall, you going shopping, you going out to eat, and, you know, you got your check, and you doing what everybody else doing. You going to barbecues on the weekend, and it's you doing all that. You're doing all that same cycle of rat race garbage, and everybody get caught up in that rat race. Check the check, check the check, check the check. You know, you make $1,100, $1,200 a week, but after taxes, you take it home like $800 a week, $900 a week. You know, you ain't making no money. You're not making no money. And so I get in this truck, I stay focused. I got time to drive down the road, listen to an audio book. You know, I can stay focused and keep on what I'm supposed to be doing here. But, you know, I mean, a lot of guys, they want to go home. But hey, that's enough time, man. I gave y'all about an hour, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, me rambling on. But I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.